Hello everyone, this is the Flying Dutchman and you're watching Flying Dutchman Productions. We're back here in Lille. We're gonna be playing some Euro Trucks today. I decided to take a small job to Liège, so we can buy our next garage there. No biggie. I still haven't decided whether I'm gonna buy the garage here for the moment. I didn't think, or let's say, I missed the chance to do so because after the last video I just parked the thing and decided to sleep. So I might do it some other day. Eventually we're gonna expand over the whole world, obviously, so I have no doubt that we'll take care of Liège as well one of these days. So for now, oh shit, I did take the right lane. Good for me. So for now we're just gonna drive to Liège, which I probably haven't visited on camera yet. So it's not gonna be a long trip, but we're gonna have some fun. It's just 7,000 bucks. 7.5 or something like that. Oh, we can go. Alright, sweet. Oh wow. Okay. Alright, let's see. We do have some other places which are interesting, but let's just go to Liège. Let's just expand, and maybe I'll do a second one or something later on if it's too short for everyone's tastes. Oh, there it is already. Alright. Let's turn on the hazard lights, go back, go in reverse. Alright. Time to hit the road, everyone. So, we're gonna be exploring Belgium a little bit more. Guess I haven't showed you Liège yet. I've been to Liège in real life as well, as I may have said on one of my videos. On any of my videos. It's a very creepy city, that's for sure. Ah, boy. Well, let's see how much time we got. 8 hours. We can make it in 3.5, so no biggie. Alright, let's wait for the traffic lights. Alright. He's going the other way. Always good to know. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. Don't want to go too slow. So yeah, Liège. Strange town. Actually, Belgium is a strange country, that's for sure. But yeah, we're leaving Lille. So yeah, it's been a while since I made a video. I've been playing a lot of other games lately, trying out stuff, looking for other stuff to record maybe. I don't know, I'm looking for something new somehow, but yeah, Euro Trucks was the most, yeah, I can't just keep playing that, so I just might. At least I have Euro Trucks to keep recording, so anyway. So let's see what we're transporting even. Potatoes. Okay, not very original, but I don't think I've transported potatoes yet, so it's nonetheless something to look out for. Let's speed up nice and easy. And let's take a look at the map as well. Let's see. Alright, so it's just around the corner, as you can see. I might take a second job, maybe to Luxembourg if we're lucky, if there's anything available. Because obviously the next stop would be Luxembourg for me to expand. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the money for that either, so we'll just see. Maybe I'll take a nap in between. Alright, we can go 90 here, so I'm gonna go 90. I guess we were lucky. So yeah, hope everyone's having a good time. I'm not, as usual. The construction work around. Construction work in front of my house has come to my side of the street now, so now I'm forced awake each morning at I don't know, around 7. They've torn the whole sidewalk open. And now they're drilling everywhere. It's a nightmare. So yeah, lucky me. Would be nice if you passed, because I'm gonna have to take that curl there. Thank you. .21 tons of potatoes. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of potatoes. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Oh, let's not crash the game. Actually, maybe 6th. of the road. Not going too far east, too far left or right. That's another thing I noticed, or not noticed, but you know, in ancient times or in primitive times, you know, we used to orient ourselves to the 4 directions, you know, north, south, east, west. And since cars came out and road signs and everything, we now go by left and right, which is, if you think about it, on the one hand, it's more primitive. It may be more practical up to a certain point, but it's, you know, we have a more primitive understanding of orientation. Just like no one in our age, or at least, you know, in modern society, would know how to orient themselves by the stars, for example. Oh shit. I don't know why that happened. Alright, we're going pretty fast now. And we're crossing the Belgian border, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. That's exactly what we're crossing. So yeah, I went to Liège once for a weekend, about 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years, I think, 2013. It was certainly an interesting experience because until then we had only seen the Flemish side of Belgium. And Liège is of course on the Walloon side, on the French-speaking side. So we could kind of see the difference for ourselves, you know, and it was really surreal. I mean, it really is surreal. I mean, you know, it's inconceivable to see how people perpetuate stereotypes about themselves, you know, to say it bluntly. But yeah, what a shithole. Although, according to accounts, Charleroi is much worse, which I have no trouble believing. But the problem is Charleroi is completely bust now. It's in total disrepair. No trains are working, nothing. So the whole city is falling apart. And Liège is getting there, but Liège still has power, you know. So that's the difference. Belgian society, Liège still has power. They have a university there, a Marxist university. Not interested. Alright, so the ground is shaking below me, so that I find that very interesting. So somebody's drilling outside, but for me that feels like I'm driving right now, so I'm not complaining in that respect. Although it would be nice if they started a little later, because I would like to sleep in a little bit. But yeah, maybe it's for the best. I did sleep in, I woke up, had some breakfast, did some groceries, and I slept for another hour. I was okay. It did help. But if I wasn't interrupted, I would have probably slept a bit more. yeah, the story is originally Liège was a prince-bishopric. That's to say that it was ruled by bishops, prince-bishops. So it was an independent state or city-state, independent from the Holy Roman Empire, as well as the Frankish Empire, I guess. And same goes for Utrecht, for example, in Holland. So it was ruled by the church, and actually the funny thing is, one of my ancestors, Andreas van Kuik, was a prince bishop there, and he was the first one who, or he wrote the first constitution in Liège, and they still remember him for that, even though, you know. In the end, Liège turned against their leaders during the Belgian Revolution and became a secular state, or became part of Belgium, obviously. So, for example, now where once stood the citadel of the Prince Bishops, now they have a hospital there. Which, on the one hand, is interesting, or you know, I guess it's you know, you could say it's a positive thing. It's a typical humanist thing for one thing. So even in Greece, for example, where one might argue that the church still rules up to a certain extent, at least. Even there you have a rule that churches may be broken down only to build schools, for example, or hospitals, or I'm not sure if hospitals are included, but you know, you have these ideas. People have, you know, kind of noble ideas, and especially, and you know, the church obviously is supposed to be an altruistic organization, so that's their way of saying, you know, we care about whatever. So they broke down the citadel and built a hospital there. I guess that's a good thing, you know, but from what I've seen, the practice of it, or the, how do you say, the truth is different. So for some reason, you know, you notice when you're there that the emphasis of the organization of the city, I guess, or of the state, is on how do you say, social care. So, you know, everyone has a free whatever health care and all that stuff, and of course the Flemish are paying for that, for all that, you know. At least that's their complaint, but I do think it's realistic. I do think they have good reason to complain, you know. But in Liège you notice that people just live recklessly. They don't care about their health, you know, so they go out and break their legs and have accidents and have you know, violent fun somehow. I don't really get how because they just get patched up if they make a mistake, or if they, you know. So it's a really weird phenomenon there. I mean, I walked around there and I saw all kinds of shops for prosthetics, for example, and were the ugliest things, like, you know, fluorescent plastic legs and whatever, and arms, and I don't know, just macabre, you know, I don't know, really weird mentality or something that rules there. And I saw, for example, things like, alright, we were at a cafe there, we were drinking some iced tea or whatever. It was really hot, also hot and sticky in Liège, and a couple passes by with a guy, like old people, or they looked old, you know, totally shriveled and pathetic people, I guess, and the guy was pushing a cart where the woman was sitting in, and she was even more shriveled up. She was all sitting in an embryonic state position. Oh shit. Alright, we're gonna take a risk here. Holy bajolies. Alright. Alright, didn't damage my goods. Didn't get a fine. Alright, well. Jesus Christ, sorry about that, everyone. I'm very ashamed of this, but well, we're there. And she was sitting there in an embryonic position, you know, and they had these mutts following them, these ugly dogs with like a whole carpet for fur, you know, and very furry and very dirty, and like, I don't know, half a dozen of them or something. And they were just strumpling along somehow, or they were, yeah. And then later on, we were sitting at the terrace on Market Square there, or whatever, or the Church Square. I'm not sure, whatever it was. And there was another guy pushing a how do you say, a wagon like that, with a handicapped person in it, and he was wearing a t-shirt with like the most ironic inscription, or not inscription, how do you say, stamp, you know. It said "The Doctor," like in 3 syllables, stacked on top of each other in a weird cartoony font. And you know, you could just sense it was sarcasm, it was irony. He was just pushing the cart there, or the wheelchair. That's it. That's the word. So 2 wheelchairs I saw in Liège, and they both were like, you know, there was a guy taking care of someone else, and it was they were just, all these people had was irony and sarcasm, you know, or in the best case, because the other two, the first couple was just a waste of flesh, I guess, you know, pathetic example of human beings. So then, after we finished there in Liège, we went to what was the name of the town again? A Flemish town. I don't remember what it was called right now. For some reason, I might think of it, but the difference was bizarre. I mean, we went a set on a terrace there as well, and once again there came a couple with a wheelchair. Only this time the man was sitting in the wheelchair. Again, kind of old couple, kind of shriveled up, not very, you know, not much to look at. But they seemed like more nice people or something, I don't know. But the thing was, you know, you could just see the difference in their actions, you know. They went and sat down, or the woman placed the wheelchair at the table, and the guy in the wheelchair tried to move a chair for her, you know, so she can sit down. He tried to pull it back from the table, make some room for her, and he totally failed. He couldn't do what he intended, you know, pull the wheelchair back a little bit, but he tried nevertheless, you know. It was just a different mentality. I mean, he was, you know, he was trying his, you know, he was just trying to help, nothing special. In the end she did it herself, you know, pretty weird. So that's kind of the difference of mentality there, you know. They're both Catholic, obviously. That's the reason why they stayed together in one country. The Flemish and the Walloons, I mean. And they both hate the Dutch, obviously, so that makes sense as well. But there's just a difference in mentality. The Walloons just take things for granted, and they have been, I don't know, they have been pampered by the state, and you know, and as a consequence, they don't appreciate anything. While the Flemish, you know, they had to work and fight and struggle not only all their lives but all their history. And you just see, you know, even though they too sometimes can be real assholes, you know, it's a really strange culture, you have to understand. And so, and it's very hard for the Flemish apparently to avoid complaining about the Walloons, and vice versa, obviously. So it's not as if they're not, you know, part of the problem in a sense. But it's not their fault somehow, you know. It's a very weird, strange situation they find themselves in. Both sides as well, you know, because obviously it's just a matter of, you know, of conditioning. If you, I don't know, if you pamper people or if you spoil them, you know, if you give them a finger, they take your whole hand. That's the thing. Oh man, we get this again. Jesus Christ, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Alright, well, we got a new garage, so short video everyone, nothing special. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. I don't know if I can rest though. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go around and find a place to rest. So yeah, we've been here before, and I think I'm almost tired now. So yeah, nothing. Yeah, come on. That's not what I meant. Alright, so let's see where the nearest garage is. Not garage, I'm at my garage. Oh, wait, what? Oh no, wait, yeah. Oh, there's a whole other half of town. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I'm gonna go there. Alright, let's have some fun with this. Why not? Just gonna go this way, discover the rest of the map we haven't discovered yet. Alright. So yeah, Belgium is an interesting phenomenon. I think I've discovered people hate Belgium in general. Like the English and the Americans and whoever, but I do like it as a country as well. Obviously, I'm very fascinated with it. I like the architecture, I like the culture, especially the Flemish. Obviously, I make no secrets about that. I do admire the Flemish, and I don't really care much for the Walloons. But yeah, you know, the whole polarizing thing there, the way the whole country somehow keeps working, even though it doesn't work at all. It's just fascinating, and the whole history is really crazy there. So. Oh wait, I forgot to check which. Okay, left. Then. No, right. Sorry. So yeah, nothing much to see on Euro trucks about Liège, because Liège has a lot to show, even though it's damn, it's an ugly city. But you know, somehow the thing is, what I noticed, my suspicion is that the Belgian Revolution started in Liège. I mean, it started in Brussels, but Brussels is kind of the, you know, Brussels is kind of a Walloon city in Flanders, even though they say that it's a bilingual city and because it's the capital, but that's bullshit. But the thing is, you know, Liège is the propaganda center of Belgium, and that's the Walloon side of town as well, you know. So wait a minute. Now I need to go. Do I need to go like this? Oh no, wait, I need to go like this. Okay. And they have the university there and stuff, the Marxist university, because in Flanders you also have universities, obviously, but and they have a whole different. They're more culturally oriented, especially, and very with a big emphasis on Flemish culture, obviously. But you know, my suspicion is that the Belgian Revolution started in Liège, and Liège obviously was ruled by the Prince Bishops, so it was how do you say, it was what's the word? God damn it! It was focused on the church, on Christianity. That was the main enemy, you know. So it's no wonder that Liège nowadays has such a satanic character, you know. That's how I view it. And I think the same thing goes for the French Revolution to a certain extent, which obviously was the main inspiration for all that. But there it was against against the king and queen, obviously. So it was different, you know. They still have kind of, I don't know. They, you know, they're not pious or something like the Flemish are, but they're not as satanic, or not as consciously and gleefully satanic as they are in Liège, you know. So yeah, that's my story for today. Nothing special. Repair. Alright. Let's park this thing and maybe buy a truck or something. I don't have money for a truck, do I? No. So let's just park this thing and oh, well, let's just take this one. Why not? Let's just play it safe, I'm not sure. Oh no, it's the right one even. Okay. Not okay. Alright. Let's check. Ah, good enough. Alright, let's turn off this infernal noise. Well, everyone, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I certainly did, so you know, short video, but I had a nice talk, and I bought a new garage, so it's all good. I covered Belgium now, so that's also good. So next time maybe Luxembourg, so we'll see. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, this is the Flying Dutchman, signing out. Ta-ta.